anything doesn't work, people watching this series, something's fishy. Seniac, in episode 1, I know we have to create a roundabout at the junction near the harbour. Me, watching episode 14, is that roundabout invisible? Everyone, ferries. Seniac, invisible toll booth. What do you call a fish with bad eyesight? Visually impaired. I'll see myself out now. Me, takes off headphones for the intro. Also me, puts headphones on and turns up the volume for the rest of the video. Guys. I know. Welcome back to another episode of FishTown here in City Skylines. Where today, we are going to finally create, or add in, should I say, the airport to FishTown. At the moment, they've only been able to arrive by boat, and very recently we set up the highway to the edge of the region so they can arrive by vehicle. Now it's time to give them that third option of arriving, and that is by airplane. It also allows other countries to go on vacation to the glorious FishTown. Nobody in FishTown's going to go on vacation anywhere else because this is the ultimate utopia, the ultimate paradise right now, and everybody loves it. I mean, that's what I like to believe anyway. But welcome back, guys. If you have been enjoying the series, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new here, then make sure you do subscribe. So you're notified when that next episode comes out. But last episode, we built the brand new road that connects up the 3 islands. The 3 major islands, anyway, which is the one we've been working on. Humpback Island, and this one, which we still yet to give a name for it. We increased the ferry line as well, so we've got more people using it, and it's going pretty damn well, if you ask me. There's no need to increase the expansions of the industry just yet, but we have started to gain a little tiny bit of demand, which is good. Now, before we jump into this, guys, we're going to be building an airport today. Now, not just any airport. I want to try and build my custom own airport. Now, I know how this always goes when I try to build my own airport. It goes terrible half the time. And then we spend like hours trying to make it work. So this one is going to be fun. So where am I placing it in? Well, I want to use this little island here because it's almost in a straight line, which would be perfect for a little runway. I might well, I'm going to have to reclaim some land, unfortunately. Oh, we're having Oil Town flashbacks. I don't know if it's going to be connecting to this island. It depends on what type of building I use for the airport. Now, I don't want to build like a huge airport, like a metropolitan style airport. I just want it nice, clean, simple, small, because it is a small little kind of nation that we've created. So nothing too crazy. It's like when you normally see these like types of islands in the real world in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. They all do have tiny airports because there really isn't that much traffic coming in and out of the island to, you know, supplement the demand for a metropolitan hub. We're not a hub airport. We're just a simple regional airport at best. Now, I was looking at all my different styles that I can go with in terms of the airport. And after this point here is where all my modular stuff comes in. So normally I would use this one here and then we kind of create our own little runway coming off it. But I also have a couple of airport stands I can use. I have a couple of hangars. I have this small airport terminal, but it's only really for one plane. And that is pretty good. But I want it a little bit bigger than that, which I think I'm going to use this one here, this international airport, which looks like it's the perfect size by the looks of it. So it has 6 gates, as you can see, and we kind of need to, well, I can't rotate it, but get it all kind of up and running, and then have a runway that kind of goes off there. And I think it might be the perfect place to have a runway. I don't know. We'll kind of see. The only thing really in its way is this highway here, but I'm hoping if I angle it a certain way, it will kind of fly down this route and then fly over the national park, which they're going to love. The plane spotters will love that over there. So let's try and get this all set up then. So I'm going to have to reclaim some land, unfortunately. But I think what I'll do first is build the runway. So the runway is going to be here, and I'll have it. Now, I don't want the airplanes taking off into the ocean and landing from here, or taking off over there and landing from the ocean. That's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah, that really is. I'm not too sure. I think I'll have them taken off into the ocean and have them flying over to land. Because on the approach, they can see the gloriousness that is the islands. So, okay, yeah. Let's do that then. And I don't know if this is going to be way too big for a runway. But let's see. So if I kind of go there, I just want to kind of build it to begin with. Then we'll reclaim the land that I need. I'm going to go 120. Yeah. So don't worry about this sticky out bit there. We'll sort that out in just a moment. But that is the runway we're going to go with. So my terminal, I would kind of want it flipped around slightly. But I do need to build a road for it. So if I... Let's just have a little pause. Grab the terrain height, which is 120. And I'm going to have to kind of create a... Ooh, let me undo all that. How far back can I go on the undo button? There we go. I'm gonna want to have it kind of like here, if that makes sense, because the way the runway is and stuff. So I don't want them to land or having issues with going through the highway. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. So if I had that would fit perfectly there. So if I just kind of quickly build a makeshift road, and if I get that road to be parallel with the runway, sorry, and then drop that down, it would go here, and then quickly delete this, get Anarchy off, and that's kind of how it's going to go. So what I need to do then, again, it's only going to be a small regional airport, so I mean, I say I won't be expecting that much traffic, but you just never know in this game. You just never know at times. So I'll add in a little car park at the front. So if I just delete you there, if I just delete all of this, and then we'll add it back in ourselves. So I'm going to go for the road with the trees on, because that is quite nice. Start there. Oh, do you know what I need to do? Yeah, we actually come off here instead. So if I run that, is that still a bit too close? If I run that down to there, that's classed as the road being connected. And why is it now in the air? And why am I in tunnel mode, underground mode? How diddly dare you? Right. Stick it to the ground. Right, we're on 0. Let's try that one again, guys. We're a bit too close. Right, to here. Okay, we'll just stick it out by... Okay, there. For some reason, it chooses to be high in the air. I've selected it not to be high in the air. Weird, mate. Absolutely weird. Okay, I'll bring it flat back down in just a moment. Now... I need to get a car park kind of in the middle. So we'll have... Oh, I should have turned that into a one-way road. What am I doing? So it's a one-way road anyway, which needs to go this way. So it drops, like, peeps off, bends around, comes up down. We'll have like a nice little car park in the middle. So if I come off this by... Is 10 too much? Maybe down by 8. And I'll just go to there for just a moment until I can get more land back. And then we'll have car parks just simply cutting across. Now, for a car park, I gotta make sure that we got the right spacing. So, if I do a 4, like that. Yeah, that would be fine, wouldn't it? Yeah, and then I can design the rest of them. Yeah, we'll play around that ourselves. So let me just claim some more land back a little bit right now. So bring that brush down. So the question is now then, am I cutting that across, or am I still going to keep a bridge? I like the idea of having a slight bridge over, but we'll see. We'll see. I think that's the question, isn't it? If I kind of bent that back a little bit more, and brought this out, there's a tad there until I can get all the spaces done correctly. Yeah. We'll see what happens. So bringing that back up. There we go. And what we'll do, we'll delete that. And we'll delete back by 2 there. Delete back by 2 there. And then we'll create our little bend. So it was 8 across, which means we're creating a 4 by 4. And then, well, that's not exactly the same length, is it? So 4 by 4. That creates a beautiful little spiral going around. I like it. And then just the normalness coming off. So now I know how far back I'm going there. I don't need to have so much land reclaimed on this side, do I? So push that back to there. Right, we'll feather it all now. So get that quite nice. I've got to lower that road as well. I've got to lower it quite dramatically. To fit within the region. So put it back into play mode. So then that water can sort itself out just there. It's a beautiful blue water, isn't it? I really do like it. So it's going to flood a lot of stuff because I did reclaim some land. But I think what I should do is reset the sea level. There we go. Will it flood again? Will it? Won't it? I think we're kind of okay. So let's now select this then, all this bit of road there. Let's make this then the same level as this. There we go. So it's all nice and flat. Glorious, mate. And then we got to create a bridge going across, don't we? So I don't exactly know how I'm going to link it over, to be honest with you. I could create a bridge going across, but then I need like quite a dense road because it might filter or bring in a lot of traffic. So if I had coming off here, and let's say I picked, a little T-junction that just ran alongside there. We'll come up by another 20. And if I go to there. Right, is that keeping it? That's, yeah, that's in a straight line. Alright, if I just quickly get to there for just a moment. So a 12 by 12 and then straight. And that becomes that road there. But I want to like bend this as well. So if I go back a bit there and see where this comes out with a bend. 20 by 20. Okay, that's perfect. So we get to keep the rocks in. We have a nice bendy, windy road leading down. And that'll really add some character to the areas that we build up. Unless I change that continues to go straight a bit more. I change that up. But no, I feel like I will need that road. I feel like I would need it there. So we'll keep it to that for now then. So we shouldn't get any planes land anywhere at the minute because we haven't really set it up correctly. But let me just make sure that I've set up this bridge correctly because it does look a little bit funky. So if I go for the bridge decks, I like the grandness that comes with it. And then if I slightly rise that up. There we go. So I should really be doing it like this. And angle that there to there. So at least that little bit there gets a little bit of a platform up. And that is a correct angle from there. Oh, I didn't even select. Have I got that selected? I have, yeah. Yeah, this is probably as good as. And do I rise this bit? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna. So that's going to be interesting and see how that works out. Whether that road stays like it is right now, this one, I don't know. It's not until I start working in this kind of area that I, you know, finalize something like that. But let's now sort this out then. So we have one too many trees going on right now, but I need to reclaim. I've got it paused again. And I'm gonna bring the terrain out like that. I'll have to make sure as well that it is all the same level, the runway. So from that to there, let me just initially get rid of the trees. We have to strip them back. But I like the bareness that it creates, as if like it was, you know, we've had to cut down the forest and we've only really cut down the bit that was needed, which looks pretty cool. So I'll just get rid of all of them just a moment. We'll keep those ones in there, and I'm going to add some more in on the other end once I finalize it a bit more. But yeah, and then let me just kind of slightly now soften it up. So really go around the edges to try and pull it out as much as possible. And I don't know whether to kind of keep this bit like in a man-made style. Do you know what? It's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. Right, put it into play mode anyway. And if I can now select all that runway, flatten it to the center bit. I'll let the water kind of flood it. And then we'll kind of then set up our little taxiways and stuff like that. So really allow them to land in one direction. Like take off and land in one direction. And I don't mean the band, because that would be weird. But I need to get the taxiway set up then. So it'll get to the very end. Ooh. And I think I'll bring it out. Oh, actually, that's the point. Yeah, I don't know actually how far to bring it out. So if I created like a... come out by 10 there. Created that little back and forth loop. And so I could then have that connect to there. Right, and then we'll bring that to there to there. But I've got to then flip them around. So, you know, they go around this loop to kind of settle up. And they obviously go that way in there, take off. And if they land, they come down there, back in this way. Makes sense, doesn't it? Let's just pull this back a bit more. But it's not official man-made little area, this is. Some of it anyway. So, you know, you can understand what's going down. Should be fairly easy to sort out. And would we then want a service road going around the area? Because I could get in these little plane stands, which do require roadside assistance. And I can also drop in a hangar or two. But I'm going to have to add in the... I'll do the... Where is it? Where is it? The small industrial road. Because... Oh, let me get off the bridge. Alright, so let me anarchy that. And if I had that running down the middle... Like there. And if I brought this up... It's a way that we can get like the service vehicles going up and around and down this area. So if I ran that up to there. I don't think I want anything on this side, but I'm trying to see if I can add anything additional on this side. If not, I'll just get rid of them if it doesn't look too good. But like there's a hangar we could throw in. Now, the hangar... I think it just stores a plane, to be honest with you. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, but the plane's on the opposite side. Now, I don't know if I can add in... Like, do like a makeshift taxiway? If I did that, but then flip it out. To make it look like it kind of goes into it. If I reclaimed a little bit more land here. Oh, okay, right. We could definitely do something sweet here. So, oh, wrong one. So, bulking this back out. It's just another way in which we can add to the airport. It doesn't really do anything for us. It's just something a little bit additional we can set up. So you have to get rid of some of that little bit of coral, unfortunately. So can I... Yeah, and then boom, delete. So if I get rid of this for just a moment and drop in another... Was that the one? No. Where is it? Here. Another one just there. So if I start it there, move this one over by 2. So we've got a couple of little hangars that we could then plop down. And so these are pretty much, it's just for show. It's nothing else but just for show. Oh. Well, that messed up. Actually, if I brought it in. Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this, can't you? Right, I'm just going to have to use the move it tool to push it over. Right, we'll go with that. Alright, bring this one over a bit. Right, that way it looks a little bit more centralized. And we have 2 glorious little hangars just there. Now, I don't want anything else, like these little plane stands. I don't know if I do or not. I mean, I can make this road... Yeah, I'll come out by 5. And then push down here. As if it comes down to a little meeting point. Or you can do a little U-E. But I don't know if there's anything I would really want to come off that. Or I'll just leave it like that. I mean, I could drop down a small one, as if like it was the private stand for like a private jet or something. But how would that work? I mean, that would have to come like this. I mean, it could work, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes anyway. Right, I've got, I think, what I want set up for now, without going too much into the detail. I think we should get it functional before we set the car park up. So we do need power, and I think I might just kind of hook up some of these electrical grids. We'll put a little bit of car parking for that one down over there. I can merge the little solar panel car parking. Okay, I'll do one on top of the other, just to provide the power for this area. And then we need the water setup as well. So straight across there, and I'll go up. Not too sure if I need it there in general anyway. But we'll come straight across the bridge. Follow the road up. To there. And is that enough power or not? Okay, I'm actually in pause mode. Oh wait, I'm in pause mode, so there's going to be some more flooding going on. Let me just pause a second again. Pull this back. There we go. And the flooding begins. Let's keep resetting the sea level. And will it happen again? Or are we going to get away with it? I think we're going to get away with it. Yeah. So, now then, the actual airport should be up and running. It should be good to go. And whatnot. We'll see. We will see. The grass pattern will grow back naturally. So it'll kind of go around the edges and whatnot. And we'll just kind of see what happens. I'll keep a couple of trees just there as like a reminiscence of this used to be a nice little island with a forest on before your boy Seniac goes and ruins everything. And then once it's all grew back, I'll add in some more trees here, there, and everywhere. So we're then going to be oh, there's a nice little bump there in the road. I didn't realise there's a slight little hill over here. But we'll see what happens now because I want to see the actual. Well, I need to make sure the runway, the airport works. There's a garbage truck on the way. I like that we got a little service road as well, so we got additional stuff going down. A couple of extra hangars. Okay, so let's sort these car parks in while we're waiting. So we have a couple of different, options. I think that will be way too big. I'm going for this size in the middle. Do you reckon that's a bit too big? We'll see. It also creates a little cross, walking bit over thingamage. Do you know what I mean? I can't even English. And what will fit in there then? So we can do two sides to this. So we're going to start there. Did I hear an airplane? Oh, I thought I heard an airplane then for a second. I was getting really excited. There. And there. Ooh, that almost fits another load in. So if I just place these here instead. And then we'll do like the disabled parking. Coming off each one. So we do two on that side. Two here. The EV we'll throw in just there as well. And we'll leave that little spot there open because I could drop a little bus stop inside to bring people over. So we're literally now waiting for our first plane to come in, and I'm hoping that it does work. Because then we had those issues. Oh, someone's actually parked over here as well. Then we had this issue with the boats. I'm hoping we don't have any issues with the planes. But parking restrictions. We shouldn't really have any parking restrictions. Is that the right one? No. That's parking restrictions. Yeah, we shouldn't really have any parking issues because it's all the road with the trees, if that makes sense. So outside of the airport now, I'm going to throw down some nice trees. What type of tree do we have, or we've been using over here? It's these type of trees, isn't it? Like palm trees and whatnot. So let me go down right down to 0. Try and squeeze a couple of these in. I want to see what other variations we've got. Yeah, we've got a fair few variations. And do a couple down here. There we go. I want to see what this looks like, just like completely covered up. Now, it does look a little bit too mental. It does look really, really crazy. But you kind of have to remind yourself, like, you know, look at this is the type of tree we have in FishTown. So when you realise that's the type of tree we have in FishTown, and then you go and zoom right in and see how ridiculously high they are, and then look at the car park that way, it fits in. It just looks a little bit crazy because we don't really have the whole place set up just yet. But see, you only need a couple to kind of complete a little area. So why did they disappear when I zoom out there? See, that's a bit better. So, again, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to set a bus route up over to here then, so people can actually get over here on public transport. And we'll start it there on that side. And we'll have it stop on one of the little crossover routes. So we'll bring it down to there. Down to here. Down to there. And I think what I'll do, we have a ferry line just there. I'll follow it. Where is it? It's just there. Okay, I can't have it on the tram stops, can I? No. So if I'm bringing it down to here, I don't really want to have it run back on the same route. But I might just have to. Okay, we'll have it stop on that one there. And then... Alright, we're going to have to. So it's really on the black and purple line here between the two trams. And the green line there of the subway line. So it's a bit awkward, but it's just what I'm going to have to kind of deal with for now, if that makes sense, until we have more areas built up around here. And then we can have like a proper transport network up and running. So now it's just a case of waiting for a freaking plane to land, just to make sure that this whole thing is working. The trees are flowing in the wind. I do need to place down more bits and bobs that are incorporated within FishTown. To make it feel like the area that it is. But that's something I'll just do over time. We're just now waiting for a plane to 100% make sure that this is definitely working. Because if it's not working, then oh dear. Oh, plane, plane, plane! Right, this is now going to take off. Multiple planes taking off. Yes, boys. Well, that was a bit lethal, that turn. Is that where the flight path is then? So off that plane goes. Or is a third plane there? So this could be one that's landing. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Oh boys, we're about to have our first plane land at FishTown! Here it comes, if I can click on it. Here it comes, boys. It's carrying 27 passengers. The first plane at FishTown. Look at this, I've built this. And so far, no issues. So far, we have no issues whatsoever. So, lands perfectly fine. And then taxis all the way to the terminal. Glorious. I'm so happy right now. And you can see the vehicles parking. There goes one of the buses. Under the trees to give it that nice little bit of shade. And just like that, boys, we have working planes taking off. And now, officially, landing. So that comes in and that's done. That is done, mate. So let's have a little fast forward then and kind of get things simulated quite far. Let's now pick up the passengers. Off it goes again. Glorious. And I would like this little grass pattern to grow a little bit more as well and kind of finish off so I know where we currently fully stand with that. So I wonder what that will now do for the economy? Well, it does additionally different. It's going to take a while as well before we start bringing people over on the bus. But I think what we'll do is that one's got 0 people on. I'll turn the traffic lights off here as well, just for the moment. Now, I mentioned it before that we'll do a roundabout on the other little junction. But it might be something that we definitely have to do on this junction, because it's also the through road that comes down to even the Humpback Island. So, this airport, guys, I need a name suggestion for it in the comment section down below. We need something good, something fish related. Anybody on this bus? No. So nobody's traveling by bus just yet. But we definitely need some fish related name suggestions for the airport, guys. But it's not too shabby. It'll take a while before it starts kind of growing around the edges and whatnot. Unless, and I don't think it is. Is this the sand? Ah, this is actual sand. So, okay, back into play mode. So if I actually get rid of the, there's me waiting for it to grow. Turns out it's just actual normal sand. So you can see the little brown bit there where we're still kind of slightly waiting. There we go, boys. We're slowly getting our island back. So I have a bit of brown here. Is that's not down to the textures, is it? Nope. I'm not sure how I get rid of that one. That's our concrete pavement. I think that could be the section here where we just have to generally allow it to grow itself back. Maybe. Who knows? But that just kind of changes the whole little feel of that island straight away, just by reclaiming, you know, a little bit of that grass back, to be honest with you. So that's not too shabby. That definitely isn't too shabby, boys. Cars keep arriving. You can just see a couple just there. There's a couple up here as well. People are definitely using it. Planes are coming and going, but I don't feel like we have that demand just yet. Now, the reason I'm not getting somebody coming in, when I do start building more residential and we have the influx of people moving in, that's when there's another plane taking off. Oh no, did it just land? I think it just landed. I actually don't know what it did. I have no idea. But yeah, when we start getting more people officially moving in. Oh, what's that plane doing? See, I knew you get the issues every so often. But that's when you start seeing an influx of new people coming in via plane and stuff. So now we got that in, got the airport. We'll just progressively see what happens over time, but it's pretty good. I like it. So we've got some other suggestions on how we can improve it. I'm going to place like more trees around here, and I will kind of make it beautiful. Get rid of some more of that coral just there, but I'm glad I didn't connect it to that bit there and kept it as its separate island. You can see all these vehicles also driving away from the airport, showing you how much it's being used. That bus is coming in with still nobody on board, so I don't feel like anybody is taking public transport seriously when it comes to coming to the airport, which is quite interesting. So we'll just see how things go over time anyway. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash that like button down below. We finally now have an airport in FishTown. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.